cool pixel art.
I hope that's how somebody describes our games one day. Hello and welcome. My name is Alex Gonzalez. With me today is my good old friend, J.E.
Hey, that's me.
And please remember that we are not game devs. How are you doing today, Jay?
Doing good. I had a busy, full day. Ran around all around LA. But now I'm here and talking to you.
And I went to work, and then I went... there was a work dinner, and I had hibachi.
Ooh, that's fucking delicious, man. I want fucking hibachi right now.
So good.
That sounds so good.
It's so good to have. Like, first off, who doesn't like meat, vegetables, and rice? And then you get meat, vegetables, and rice cooked perfectly.
Did you catch shrimp in your mouth?
No, I missed.
Oh, that you missed? You tried though.
Yeah.
Nice.
I go for it all.
How much sake did you guys drink?
None. I just got IPAs. I should have got a sake. They even had, I didn't understand it because they had a apple sake, but they said it's in a glass. And I'm like, no, it comes in a little bottle. You ask hot or cold, and then you give me a little cup. Huh?
It might have been a highball.
But it was weird because it said like sour apple sake in a cup. And I'm like, first off, no one's ever offered me flavored sake. I'm willing to try it.
Yeah.
But second, this doesn't seem like real sake. And then they didn't have, what is it? Not yakitori. What is it that maybe they did, but I didn't ask or go to the bar. That Japanese whiskey.
Suntory or Nika or Kikori.
It's Kikori. But, the one that you had that I usually drink with you, brown label, has a big old character on it.
That might be Nika. Nika is a little bit more high end though. You're not going to really pay for that at a bar. That's pretty pricey at a bar.
But they did offer me 2 drinks for free that my work did. That's why I went, and hibachi. So I got to have like a sirloin steak,
nice.
Not sirloin steak, ribeye steak.
Ooh, even better.
With rice, noodles, zucchini, onions. I can also now I've unlocked,
I said the whole works.
Whole works. And yeah. So I found out, Jay, that vegetables I can eat if they're cooked. And that's my secret power.
Yeah, cooked in oil and over a giant ass hot plate.
But those are not the vegetables that we are talking about today. Today we are creating something new. Every week we are not game devs. We imagine a brand new idea from our minds. Join in on the fun. Be creative. And if you have your own unique video game idea or want to patch ours, write into @poundgames@gmail.com. Today is my turn to present We Are Not Game Dev's 231st IP. And we're going to begin with this basic concept. Okay. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
You're a turtle.
A turtle?
Turtle.
Okay.
And this isn't going to be realistic. This turtle is going to grow up and it's going to learn new features. Eventually, you're going to be to the point where you're like a snapjaw turtle, where you're huge. Have you seen those turtles that can bite off fingers and arms, or not arms, but like hands?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking that we can make a game where it's like an adventure game. I was thinking 2D from one end to the other and have a little bit of platforming, not platforming in the way that you think. This turtle's going to be able to move and have like a little bit of a sprint where you can move fast for a little bit, but that not very far. And then you're going to be able to withdraw on your shell. And then there's going to be some moves that you can do over time. 1 is bite. 2 is, I think, like a turtle shell spin. And I want to make a game about a turtle, make it a little funny, and make it something like that where you're going from maybe you've escaped a pet store and you're trying to make it to the ocean.
That's exactly where I was going with the story, where you were an egg found by an unassuming child. They didn't know any better. You were born, and then you are just off, and you try to get back to the ocean.
And I think we can do a lot of fun stuff with this game with a turtle. I think you can have a whole sewer level where you run into 4 other turtles and a rat, like as you're going by. Um, and then do different, because water levels aren't going to feel the same. You can do slides and whatnot, move fast, and then you
Is
can use your shell.
this like an adventure game, or is this like a kind of like a
I would
Child
say
of Light situation?
I'd say it's an adventure game with a little bit of platforming. I don't think you're going to have that many battles or anything like that. But I do think eventually over the levels you're going to get stronger and then like unlock new powers as you go through. Maybe there's like key events, like after the second sewer level you mutate and get stronger.
And a taste for pizza.
Yeah, taste for pizza, that's right.
Okay.
Get some pizza.
So
I think, and then you can do another level. I think it might be a little bit of a, if you want like some kind of concept, I imagine it being closer to like a scary game, like Little Nightmares. If you imagine, so you're like this little kid and there's this big world, but you also have more powers.
Or like a Limbo or like an Inside type of situation.
Yeah, and that's where you get that kind of 2D aspect. But imagine going through a restaurant as a turtle, so you have to withdraw into your shell at the right times as they try to like hack at you as you try to get through.
Okay, that definitely puts this game more into focus, because right now in my head it was just like a knockoff Mario game. You know what I mean? Where it's just you just run around from point A to point B type of thing. But okay.
No, like you're a real turtle is what I want.
So it's super stylized. I see it kind of looking like sort of like a Tim Burton-esque.
But I want the personality of the turtle to be a turtle. Imagine Ice Age. You know that squirrel chasing after its nut? I think imagine something like that, where like if it sees lettuce or something, like as you're being carried like from one thing to the other, you're in disguise under a plate with a cover on it, but then a bowl of salad gets placed next to you, so all of a sudden you see the head of the turtle starts peeking out under the bowl to grab the lettuce and bring it back. Different stuff like that.
Yeah, and I could see a lot of instances where it's a always moving level but at certain times. So let's say in the kitchen you're going down a line cook's prep area as the turtle, and the chef is moving down the line making food, and you got to avoid it. And then sometimes the chef will stay in one station and then keep going, and so you have time to move without the level moving. But then the chef gets done prepping wherever he has to go and move on to the next side of the line prep area where you are, because the turtle moves slow, right?
Yeah.
So you're there, and then like that keeps happening. I could see a lot of like,
maybe early on what we can do is the turtle finds like street paint or something left over by a construction crew and like puts its shell in it, so it's gray and looks like a rock. So when you're in your shell as well, it gives you like stealth, unless you've already been found in the level, then you have to use regular defenses here.
or maybe we'll just make it story implication that's why no one really notices you. So each time something happens to you at the end of each level, which kind of camouflages you for the next story bit.
Okay, that works.
I could also see Donkey Kong like, what are those things called? Like minecart levels, but you're like going down like water slides and like sewers.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, exactly. Like that's where I came up with the sewer level, or you find a river on the way to the ocean. So you use that river to lead you down. What do you think about the concept of like you growing rapidly as you progress through the game? Like you start off as a little turtle and then you eventually become, there are some people who's like snapjaw turtles and leatherbacks that are almost as big as a man.
Yeah.
So you could get that big, and then the humor of the game is once you make it to the ocean, like the player thinks all the while that that's that turtle's home, but you find out it was actually an experiment and it keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Or maybe it should be nice and maybe it just keeps growing bigger and bigger, but it becomes an island.
Mm.
I
Or
don't
just I don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think like what, not in the sense that in this game maybe the island would be nice. I don't know. That'd be because I we don't need the humor tone now that I'm thinking about it. For what?
Yeah.
Turtles aren't that scary. I feel like we'd still bomb it and kill it.
I mean, I'm down for whatever the ending is, but I guess in terms of main story or gameplay stuff, we could kind of have extremely light physics based puzzles. I'm thinking like in the vein of Little Big Planet, where you got to go down here, hit a switch, it makes this line drop, and then when the line drops, it starts moving up slowly. You got to go up there before it goes up, get in there, and then that, like, I don't know, and then you do a twisty spin in your turtle shell, and then that makes the whole thing fall down and all that, like random shit like that, like small environmental puzzles.
Right.
That you spin in your turtle shell, use your snapping jaw to cut ropes, or like I don't know, have to stay still or balance things.
And I want this game to have a scary undertone. You know when you're playing a game and then like something will happen where something chases you, like, oh shit, why is that so scary? I want the first boss like level to be like danger implication is you make it out of the pet store, you're walking and you're small, and then you get to a certain place where there's like a garbage can, and then like the lid comes off and then a bunch of seagulls come out, like, and they're all eating out of this dumpster, we'll say. And then these seagulls try coming after you, and then you have to kind of run away and hide from the seagulls, and you hear them kind of not cawing, those crows caw. What do seagulls do? What sound do they make? Is there a name for it?
I don't know, dude. They also caw. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll say they caw for now. And I think that could be like a scary little moment as you're kind of going through the streets and there's just tons of seagulls.
Yeah, when the seagull caws, you have to press the button that makes you go into your shell, and they'll come down and peck you. And if you don't go into the shell fast enough, they'll grab you and then fly off with you.
I think that's one part of the level. And then the other part of this stage would be that there's going to be a stealth area, so that you have to keep stealthy, but if they find you, they caw, and instead of one looking for you, they're all coming for you. So then you have to be more perfect, and the difficulty of the platforming is increased.
Yeah, and we can introduce rats, raccoons, I don't know.
Cats. Actually, you just need cats. Cats is going to be another one, like a house cat.
Dogs,
they're killers.
Even.
Cats are killers.
You could introduce, I don't know, just people walking, cars.
I was thinking another one would be kids on a field trip.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to capture it for a pet. Like nothing mean, but they're
yeah, just like the girl the person who stole the egg at first.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you can still have that scary undertone that as you see other animals like in the distance, they're like, hey, is that a squirrel? I'm naming him Timmy. And they just grab the squirrel, put it in a crate, and then they walk away and you see the squirrel just putting its hands against the glass. Because you remember when you were a kid, I don't know about you, but there was like a kid with a lizard, someone who had a caterpillar, someone who had a frog. People were trying to make pets out of everything.
Yeah. I had a bunch of frogs.
I had a cricket. I had no idea what to feed it.
Yeah, me too. Most of those frogs probably just died.
Music. What kind of sounds are we hearing in this game?
Really?
I want it to be like a... What are you thinking?
I was thinking like really slow, like bass and drum, like dung, 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 dung.
I think that'd be really good. How about this? I was thinking like a piano, but like on the more deeper side, like where Jaws exists,
Mm-hmm.
but less Jaws. So maybe two, three, four keys to the right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine with that too. Make sure both.
Let's do it. So on the happy sounds, and then when you're being chased by a predator or in danger, you'll go to the piano because I think the organ's a little dramatic for this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're really getting into music theory now in our podcast.
Well, I mean, we always said the same thing every single episode, so we got to change
Hey,
it up.
so do you want to
sometime.
do some kind of like pop jazz, or do you want to do orchestrate?
Electronica or synth?
Yeah. We know what we like. Pricing. Oh, what does this game look like? How good are the graphics? I think we can make the graphics pretty good. Cause it's 2D, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of see the game looking like it's hard to describe this art style without just naming a bunch of different games that use it. But all the games that I know use this art style are like small indie games that you've probably never even heard of. Let me try to think of a mainstream one. I guess a mainstream one that we were just talking about, still indie but more like well known. Kind of like Cult of the Lamb, where it's like cartoony and chibi, but also like you could tell what everything is. Like everything looks like what it's supposed to, but just like a more realistic, cartoony looking vibe, but like adult themed, you know?
I see.
But
Okay.
I was thinking more instead of cartoony and colorful like Cult of the Lamb, it would be more like a lot of darker colors. A lot of greens, a lot of grays, a lot of
Until you get closer to the ocean, then I think it becomes a little bit.
yeah,
more
then you start seeing the blues and the yellows, but at first I see a lot of like gray and dark green and maybe some reds and stuff like that, but like in a hand-drawn cartoony way.
I like it.
You asked about pricing.
Where are you thinking at?
I don't know, like $25,
$25.
$30.
I'm okay.
What do you think?
I'm okay with $25. That's all we do is price the games at $30.
Yeah, because we don't have any grand plans for anything. Not yet, at least. No AAA ideas yet.
Yeah, this one's just a good old game here.
It'll
like
eventually coming to PS Plus game.
So, you know, and what's wrong with that? Nothing.
What's
Because you know
wrong
who's going to
with
play that? Me.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, get your timer out because it's time to name this game. The timer's coming out.
Go. The Journey Home.
Turtle Trot.
Turtle.
Doki Doki Turtle.
The Turtle Snaps Back.
Turtle Run. No Way in Shell.
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. The Disney movie.
Yeah.
How about
Shell Shocked.
Shell Shocked. Shellshank Redemption.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Turtle Beach.
Turtle Beach it is.
Turtle
20
Beach in a
seconds.
minute 32.
Turtle Beach is a 2D platforming game where you escape from a pet store and must make your way to the ocean. Survive through a field trip, getting eaten by seagulls, being cooked for dinner, and more in Turtle Beach. All right. So I think we have a game here. Jay, what do you think? Would this be a game you'd want to play, and is it fun?
Probably not, dude. It's just 2D game.
You don't like 2D games?
Yeah. That have like a platforming aspect to it with like light
the
puzzle
worst.
solving. It's just not my vibe, man.
It really isn't. Jay
What
does
about
not
you?
like 2D platformers.
No.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot. I think if they did a feature about this game, like on the PSN or, on YouTube, where they're like, the makers of this game. So every year I'd go to this river and I would spy turtles. And one year I found a turtle with a broken leg and I took it in. I started sketching it, really doing models and playing with it. Eventually, by the 2 years, the turtle was rehabilitated and I let it leave. But this is what the Turtles game is based on. And I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, I want to play this. There's a story behind it. She really knows what turtles are all about. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something with a lot of charm. I think this game has charm, so I would play it. And is it fun? TBD. I hope so. I hope we tell a good enough story and it's fun, because I'm not sure. Is it fun to be a turtle? You find out. Now that we have a complete game, what game studio would you assign to be able to make Turtle Beach the best?
Play Dead behind Limbo and Inside. Their next game, Turtle Beach.
Solid.
Another one, Campo Santo.
Okay, so the people behind. Okay, then I'll do the Unravel game developers. Let's
An
see.
EA original.
Yeah, EA original.
This has the EA original vibe to it for sure.
I think it was Coldwood Interactive.
Sure.
And then the other one would be the developer who made It Takes Two, Hazelight Studios.
But they always do co-op stuff. You know what I mean? Like it would need a co-op aspect to it.
So right here at the end of this podcast, I am adding a duck. No, someone's already done a duck. I am adding.
A seagull.
No, let's do a.
And the seagull plays more like an owl from Legend of Zelda. You know what I mean?
Or, yeah, we need to do something that makes sense that would also want to go to the ocean. But
A
what?
seagull sits on your back as on the shell, helps you solve puzzles.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess so. Some Banjo-Kazooie stuff there.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Shelly the turtle and Goose the duck. Or seagull.
Sammy the seagull. What if no, never mind. Accents aren't cool anymore. I was like, what if we gave them accents?
I don't even think there's voice acting. I think it's all just dialogue. Or just
There isn't
nudges
any.
and
No. Yeah.
emotes. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. And with that, our 231st IP has gone gold. We hope you look forward to this experience that will probably never release. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to give us extra support, please head over to patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. For just $1, patrons receive episodes early and an extra podcast at the beginning, which you caught the tail end of our conversation at the beginning of this episode. That's patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Like, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And if they ask for a review, instead of reviewing our show, become your inner game critic and review Turtle Beach, the video game we just created. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back next Friday with another new IP. Again, my name is AG.
And I'm Jay Yee.
Thank you, and please remember that we are not game devs. You know, is there a golf course named Turtle Beach? Or is it Pebble Beach I'm thinking of?
I don't know about that, but there is definitely like a video game headset company called Turtle Beach.
Why'd you do that? I forgot.
Well, because I was thinking you're trying to go back to the ocean. You got to go to the beach. You're a turtle, and then
it makes sense.
You live next, like this town probably lives by a beach, and it's called Turtle Beach because turtles go to the ocean every year. It's called Turtle Beach,
dude. You know what? I forgot about Turtle Beaches, and they used to be all the rage.
Yeah, they're supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, I just have a Sony Pulse now.
Same.
I buy proprietary stuff.
Yeah, why not? It goes with the system.
3D audio, which God of War has. I just dated this episode by doing a specific reference. Happy birthday. It's his birthday tomorrow, which is today.
Thank you.
Sanjay, happy birthday at Papers on Twitter. I think.
No.
At JE, let me see what the fuck.